As you exhale, let your eyelids become heavy, droopy, drowsy, sleeping, closing, closing. And with your eyes closed now, take another deep breath. Lift that left hand up in front of your face, good. Feeling of relaxation gently moving into the muscles of your feet. And now 3, 2, 1, 0, sleep, good. And every question that I ask you today, you'll be able to speak to me easily from your subconscious mind. And every question that I ask you, and every response you give me is going to allow you to relax down deeper into a hypnotic, relaxed sleep.
During the hypnosis, Tom asked Candace and Stephen probing questions to learn their true feelings concerning their relationship and sex life. After completing their individual sessions, Candace and Stephen watched video of what they each revealed under hypnosis.
Tell me about your sex life with Candace.
It's very spontaneous and eventful, always surrounded by new things, and it's always exciting.
It's very good. It's more than I could have ever expected from it, and I'm really, really satisfied at this point.
What's your favorite thing that Steve does to turn you on sexually?
He's really sweet, and he likes to kiss my neck and my cheeks, and he gives me lots of back rubs, and he's just really sweet about everything he does to me.
Have you ever faked an orgasm with Steve?
Yeah.
Does he know?
No.
Has she ever faked an orgasm with you?
I don't think so.
How would you feel if she did, Steve?
I guess I'd be a little disappointed in myself.
Will you ever tell him?
No.
Do you get enough oral sex?
No, I don't.
I don't mind it. It's not my favorite thing to do, but if I know I'm pleasing whoever I'm with, then I enjoy it a lot more.
I think he gets excited too fast, and that's why he goes right for it, is because he can't hold back anymore.
Sometimes in the heat of the moment, foreplay gets skipped. Sometimes it doesn't last as long as it does other times.
In the heat of the moment, Steve, are you selfish?
Yes.
Do you think Candace wants more foreplay, Steve?
Yes.
If Steve could read your mind, Candace, what would he do differently?
Maybe he'd be a little more dominant, and maybe cuff me up a couple times, or be a little more passionate in the bedroom.
If Candace could read your mind, Steve, what would she do differently?
She wouldn't be so aggressive.
How is she too aggressive? Tell me.
She seems to have a stronger drive than me sometimes. So sometimes she's kind of pushy, I guess.
Is Steve wild enough for you, Candace?
No. He's not wild enough for me.
How could he be more wild with you? Tell me.
He needs to let loose sometimes and stop being so uptight about people seeing or hearing anything. Because sometimes when you're in that heat of the moment, you just need to let it all go by.
Are you bisexual, Candace?
Yes.
Does Steve know that?
No.
How do you think he'd feel about that?
I think he'd be very happy.
What's the difference between having sex with a woman and having sex with a man?
A woman knows just the right spots to touch, where a man's a little bewildered on what he should do.
Would you say that sex with Steve is the best you've ever had?
Yes, I would.
Do you think Steve would say sex with you is the best he's ever had?
I hope so.
Is Candace the best sex that you've ever had, Steve?
No.
What can Candace improve to be the very best sex you've ever had?
If she learned how to give oral sex a little bit better, and if we had sex in public and if we experiment a little bit more than we have.
How would you describe the future of your relationship, Steve? Tell me.
It seems uncertain.
What would you like it to be, Steve?
I'd like her to live close to me, but not together, and to be able to spend time together, but not for it to be too serious of a relationship.
Why not too serious?
I want to be with other women. I want us to have an open relationship.
I see it going pretty far. I really, really feel a deep connection with him, and it's even more strong since we can't be with each other at all times, so we want to be together. So I see it lasting for a while.
I wish I would have been a little more tactful with some of my words.
Okay. How do you feel about what Steve said, in particular about the part where he said that he would like an open relationship? How do you feel about that?
I'm really for that, actually. I think that it's really hard to stay with one person for such a long time, and that keeping it open allows us to, you know, have our space.
Steve, do you think that Candace can trust you with another woman?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty new relationship, like she said before. So, I mean, I guess time will tell. You know, when we go to meet those boundaries, what happens as far as that goes.
Right. How did it feel when you heard him say that you weren't his best sex?
Well, he's a little bit older and a little bit more experienced than I am, so I can take that pretty well.
Do you feel like you're comfortable giving her guidance about the oral sex and kind of showing her what you would like?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, we have a pretty open relationship, but we definitely have a strong chemistry together, and you know, we see eye to eye on a lot of important issues. So, definitely.
Candace, how did you feel when he said that you were too aggressive in bed sometimes?
I know I'm too aggressive in bed. It's just my personality. I really can't help that, but I think he likes it sometimes too, though.
So let's go back to the anal sex thing. You guys tried that once, right?
Yeah.
Now, Steve, you would like to try it again?
I don't know. It's something I was interested in, you know, throughout different parts of my life. But I don't know. It's not something that it's not like a strong fantasy like a threesome or anything like that. It's just kind of something that if it happens, I guess.
And Candace, how about you? Would you be willing to try?
Again.
Never again.
Never again.
Never again. Okay, well that's pretty clear. Are you glad you tried it once though with him?
I don't know about that one.
A little too painful, huh?
I think I could have lived my life without ever having to experience that.
Okay, now Steve, how did you feel when you heard that she had faked an orgasm?
I was a little surprised, but I don't know. I mean, I've heard stories of different friends of different girls that that have faked at different times in their lives. So.
Oh well, pretty much everybody will tell you that every woman's faked it at some point.
Yeah.
But
so.
Now, Candace, why do you think at that time you faked it? Because you seem to be the aggressive one that wants more sex. So what made you think at that particular moment?
I think it was more of a boost to self-esteem, so that we could have sex later on that night.
Okay, so you're a sex girl. You're not always about the orgasm.
Not always. I mean, it really depends on the mood that I'm in.
Okay, Steve, you mentioned that you would have been a little bit more tactful in the beginning. Is there anything you want to say now that would be different from then, or anything you want to add to what you said?
I don't know if it came across that I didn't care for Candace as much as I do, but I mean, I definitely do. You know, she's a great girl, and I'm glad that we had a chance to meet and everything. So there's a strong chemistry between us. So I didn't want that to be lost in the message. So.
Candace, do you think it was?
No,
I
I know that he cares about me, so I wasn't worried.